This is TaskSpoon, the series where I aim to complete the collection log one random task at a time. After nearly 2 years and over 4,000 hours of gameplay, I'm finally ready to take on RuneScape's endgame as I venture into the elite tier. Welcome to Season 4 of TaskSpoon. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 133 of the TaskSpoon series. In the last video, I completed the elite combat achievements by going around and just doing a bunch of random bosses that I hadn't really done before, and then I used that to get an elite clue at Nex, where I got a new elite clue unique, and we rolled a task to get the dragon limbs. So I spent the rest of the last episode preparing for this. I got 94 Herbler so I could pie boost to make super extended anti-fires, and now I can use a Dragon Defender at the Metallic Dragons, which I would like to talk about right now. The Dragon Limbs drop from both Adamant Dragons at a rate of 1 in 1,000 and Rune Dragons at a rate of 1 in 800, so I will be killing the Rune Dragons, not only for the higher drop rate, but apparently they're also easier to kill and more AFK, so that is my plan. They also have a 1 in a 5,000 rate to drop a Dragon Metal Lump, which I believe is made with the thing that you buy at the Myths Guild to make the plate body or something like that. And then it also has a 1 in 8,000 chance at a Draconic Visage. So I'm going to be very upset if I get either of those first, even though they would both be kind of cool. But yeah, I think I'm ready. I think I'm just going to go get started. So I actually have killed a few Rune Dragons before. It was on Slayer task and I did it with Mage. This was before I even had a Dragon Hunter Lance or like any of these other upgrades. So hopefully going back and trying to kill them with this setup, I'm hoping it's a lot faster. And if not, then this could be a very long task. Okay, well, that was a good first trip. I managed to get 10 kills, which is really good. Honestly, I was scared that I was going to end up getting like 3 or 4 kills a trip. I got 10 there, and I had enough that I could have gone for more. I just wanted to bank the loot. So that's a good sign. That's promising. Okay, so I've been doing this for about half hour now, and it's actually not too bad. I think I'm going to be getting about 50 kills per hour, which means that a 1 in 800 drop rate could take me about 16 hours on average. It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot faster. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just going to keep going. The good news is the drops are really good. Dragon Bones are great for prayer, Runite Bars are great for smithing, and the other drops are just really good. So I guess I cannot complain. Also, one of those really good drops, I'm actually getting a bunch of Wrath Runes here, which I can't actually make until at least 2 more runecrafting levels, and then I would need to +5 boost to even do it. And Wrath Runes will let me use my ashes for actually good prayer experience. Now, I don't think I've saved too many because I knew it would be so long since I got Wrath Runes, which is probably a mistake on my part, but now I can use the Sinister Offering spell or whatever, so that is cool. I haven't really got many Wrath Runes. Even when I was killing Vorkath, I think I only got 1 Wrath Rune drop. So this is actually kind of nice. Unfortunately, right as I was getting into the swing of things, I do still have to edit last video, so I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to hit a star, and then we'll go back to it. Again, anytime I have editing time, I'm going to be doing any sort of AFK activity, mining, fishing, woodcutting, etc. Right now, I'm trying to get 92 mining so I can mine amethyst while I AFK. So to get that, I need to hit some stars, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I just realized that I did all that herblore last episode, and I didn't even collect my kingdom. So I was like really chilling on the herblore XP. Hey, an elite clue, nice. I swear, now that I'm actually like paying attention to all the things that drop elite clues, I actually get them more than I'm used to. Probably because I'm used to forgetting I have one in the bank and I don't get any, but yeah, cool. I think Rune Dragons have a 1 in 300 chance for elite clues, so I'm definitely going to be doing all of the clues that I get and start stacking up those caskets. Probably won't be that many, to be honest, if it's a 1 in 300 and the limbs are 1 in 800, but eh. Hey, another elite clue. I'm actually only at 226 KC right now, so 2 1 in 300 elite clues is actually really good luck. Now, I just wish that I got that good luck on the limbs. Another elite clue. What is going on? What the? What? This might sound a little bit weird, but I think this is the exact kind of task that I needed right now. I didn't know it at the time of rolling it, but these sort of like just sort of grindy tasks that there aren't really any ways to make it faster. It's not really that hard necessarily. I just got to kill a thing over and over again. This is exactly what I was looking for. It's so nice that I can just hit the dragons. I'm watching a movie or a TV show or YouTube videos or whatever. Don't really have to pay attention. Well, I mean, you saw in the last clip what happens if I actually don't pay attention, but, you know, paying very little attention to the game, just hitting the dragons over and over again, and then eventually I'll get the item. And along the way, I'm gathering a bunch of supplies, a bunch of dragon bones for prayer, rune bars for smithing, a bunch of alkables, a bunch of other stuff. It's just a good task. I'm totally okay with this. Although I do have to say, I am only 316 kills into the task right now, so my mentality might change in the long run, for example, something like the Basilisk draw, but for now, I'm enjoying it. So before I had said that I guessed I was getting around 50 kills per hour, but I wanted to figure out exactly how many kills I was actually getting. So I just did this for an hour straight, trying to do full focus, you know, fully optimal dragon killing, minimal banking time, etc. to see what my max kills per hour is going to be. And I know you can't see it, but my timer is just ending right now. And yeah, that was 55 kills in that 1 hour. Go away, timer. Sorry, it's making a loud noise. 55 kills in the 1 hour, so I think my guess of 50 kills an hour, doing it a little bit more casually, was actually spot on. So yeah, that's good to know. Another elite clue, really? Okay. I'm up to 461 kills, by the way, and that's 4 elite clues, which are supposed to be 1 in 300. But that, yeah, sure. Oh, hello and good morning to the gamers. Yesterday, I got up to 650 KC at the Rune Dragons, and today there's a new poll, mostly concerning the Mage Training Arena changes, and I am not reading anything here because I've already read it all in the blog, and I want yes. Yes to everything. Yes, lots of changes. Thank you. Anyways, today is going to be more of the same, just grinding out Rune Dragons pretty much all day. Like we've determined before, I should be able to get about 50 an hour, so I'm hoping to get to at least 1,000 KC today, so at least 7.5 hours of Rune Dragons, and anything more than that is just a bonus. I still just can't get over how good the drops are at Rune Dragons. I've never really killed them before other than quick unextended Slayer tasks for points, and they're just insane. Like, every single drop, obviously they drop a rune bar and dragon bones guaranteed, which are both incredibly useful for an Iron Man, but they also just drop really good things. Every drop on their drop table, other than one, I've picked up and I enjoy. And the only one I don't pick up is the Wrath Talismans, because, well, I already have a catalytic one, but they're just so good. So I just got home, was doing some real life stuff, sat down on my computer, ready to kill some Rune Dragons, and I noticed that I'm actually over the 800 KC mark. I didn't even notice, but yeah, we are officially dry on the dragon limbs. Very sad. This whole time I've been saying these elite clues are 1 in 300, but I forgot that I finished the elite combat achievements, so technically they're 1 in 285. So maybe that's why I'm getting so many. Yeah, hello and good morning to the gamers. Last night I managed to get around 950 KC, so didn't quite pass the 1,000 mark I was aiming for, but that was still like a solid 7 hours of Rune Dragons yesterday, and today we are going to continue. A couple things I wanted to mention. First of all, my supplies. I started with like 7,000 cramblams, and I am at under 5,000, so that is not looking great. Obviously 5,000 is still a lot, but I didn't realize how many I was going through. Even the prayer potions, I think I started around 2,000, so I've probably used around 280 of those. So yeah, that's not great, but I don't really have a solution to that other than just hoping I get it soon. And thing number 2, Varlamore actually is supposed to release tomorrow, and I don't really know what all is going to be released with that as of now. I have a feeling a lot of things are going to be added to the spreadsheet and the collection log, and I'm going to go and just do some adventuring tomorrow, whether I'm done this task or not, just because I like to do the new things and see what's going on. So I'm really hoping I can finish today, and then I'm kind of on a fresh slate to go and do some of that. So yeah, today is another day of grinding. I'm going to try and do 10 hours of Rune Dragons. That might be ambitious, but yeah, that is my goal, so here we go. Let's go! Oh my goodness, let's go! Oh, I was not expecting that. I just got back on. That was my first kill. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a good time to get it. I just went and got some food, ate some breakfast, hopped back on, and we get the dragon limbs. 1040 KC, so a little bit dry, but all things considered, not too bad at all. I'm going to put the loot on screen here. As you can see, 1040 KC, like I said, 37.7 mil, which is pretty good GP per hour, if you consider that I was getting about 50 kills per hour. So it probably took me about 21 hours of Rune Dragons. And yeah, the rest of the loot is just so good. I mean, 1,000 rune bars, 1,000 dragon bones, those are going to be super useful. Bunch of alchs, bunch of stuff I can use for Giant's Foundry, runes, a bunch of ammo, herbs, etc. And then a few weird ones like 20 adamant javelins, which I only later realized is a 1 in 8,000 drop chance on the rare drop table. But yeah, that's pretty good. It makes a lot more sense why I saw so many mains just camping there for money, because yeah, it's pretty insane. But lastly, and most importantly, I can actually make the crossbow, put the magic stock on the thing, string it. Oh my god, finally, I'm done with the rune crossbow, permanent crossbow upgrade, and it looks amazing. You honestly have no idea, this is like my favorite part, going into the bank and replacing my old gear with the new one in the gear tab. Oh, I don't know what it is about that moment, but that's just sort of when it like becomes official in my mind that this is just something that I now permanently have, and yeah, it just looks so good. I mean, come on, look at this Christmas champion right here. Got the red and green theme, it just looks so good. This actually is a bigger upgrade than I initially realized. I forgot that dragon crossbows can actually fire dragon bolts. It is my first crossbow that can actually fire dragon bolts, and that's actually really important in a lot of places. Now, sometimes, in fact, most of the time, when you're using a crossbow, you're using ruby bolts. That's kind of the whole point of using the crossbow, is to hope for the ruby bolt specs, which in that case, you don't really need ruby dragon bolts. That's a little bit overkill. It doesn't change the damage of the spec at all. But there are a lot of places that that's not exactly true. For example, at Muspa, you can make sapphire dragon bolts, and then you have the range strength of the dragon bolts with the effect of the sapphire bolt for the smite shield. And yeah, that can just sort of help. If you don't get the bolt specs, then it'll still do more damage to the shield. So it is actually more of an upgrade than I thought, just simply for that fact, and as well as it's just, you know, higher range accuracy and looks cooler. So yeah, it also has a spec, which I didn't know, which just does some extra damage and does a little bit of an AoE hit splat. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I was planning on going and rolling a new task. Obviously, I need a new task, but instead, I think I'm just going to hit some stars for the rest of the evening, go and do some editing, and then tomorrow, when Varlamore comes out, I don't have a task to be thinking about. I can just go and explore a little bit and see what's going on over there, and then we will go and roll a new task. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, hello, good morning to the gamers. Varlamore is here, and with it, we have 4 quests to do at least. I haven't even really looked at what's going on. I assume there's some stuff in here. Fortis Coliseum stuff, Moon's Apparel stuff. There's some stuff in the Hunters Guild. There's a whole new area to explore. I'm just going to go over there. Wow, it is pretty big. Oh, that's kind of weird that you can't go there yet. Yeah, I'm just going to go over there and just sort of walk around and see what's going on and, yeah, see what's up. So I know by the time this video comes out, this is not going to be as brand new as it is for me right now, but I'm very excited to go explore here. I have a few objectives. For starters, I would like to complete all 4 of the new quests, so I have access to my quest point cape and trim my achievement diary cape again. I would also like to explore everywhere to get all the music tracks so I can use my music cape. And I would also like to go and do a little bit of the new stuff. So I want to go into the Fortis Coliseum and just see what's up. I want to try a little bit of the Moon's apparel. Apparently this equipment is going to be good for like sort of mid to late game Ironmen. I believe it's around like Arma, Bandos, Arams level equipment, which is sort of what I need right now. So this stuff might actually be okay for me. I don't really know. I haven't looked at the stats at all. I really haven't looked at anything at all. This is all just blind for me. So yeah, I'm just going to start by doing some of these quests, I guess. So far, I just want to say this whole area looks so nice. I feel like every time Jagex adds a new thing like this, they just do such a good job with the appearance of it. Everything's just looks so pretty. And there's the first of 4 quests done at first light. Pretty much just running around and doing menial tasks like most RuneScape quests. Now, fortunately for me, I live on the west coast of North America, so anytime game updates like this happen, it's usually at like 3 a.m. my time, which is both a positive and a negative. The negative is if there's anything that's kind of like, you know, unintentionally broken that you could perhaps like use to get ahead in the game. I don't really have access to that because usually it's fixed by the time I wake up. But the good news is, anytime new quests and stuff come out like this, usually there's already like guides and stuff online that I can look up, so I don't actually have to do all this myself. So that is convenient for me, because I'm bad at questing when I don't have a guide. I don't know, I hate reading, so it's hard for me. But yeah, this has been pretty easy so far. Alright, and there is the next quest done, a riveting tale of a lily pad labor dispute. I couldn't have made that name any shorter, Jagex, but cool. That one was kind of lame, to be honest. Just a lot of running back and forth, but moving on. A little known fact about me is I actually really like birds. I think birds are awesome, and I just want everyone to know that this is my new best friend. I love them. Alright, and there is Twilight's Promise. I can use the Quetzal transportation system, as well as I've unlocked the Civitas Illa Fortis teleport. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. But yeah, one more quest to go. By the way, the teleport takes you right to this fountain in the middle of the city, which it's actually kind of important because there's a new herb patch here with this farming patch, which is kind of huge for Ironmen, and I was curious what the best way to get there was going to be. And there's a teleport here, there's a fairy ring here, and there's a bird transportation here. So I think the fastest way is to actually do the teleport and then go over here and take the bird over to the landing site over here and then walk up, which is kind of annoying. I haven't built the landing site, so I can't actually take the thing yet, but yeah, that might be the fastest way to get to that herb patch. I'm not quite sure yet. By the way, I think this is kind of funny. This is almost definitely going to be fixed by the time you guys see this clip, but this fairy ring right here is code AJP, but if you type in AJP into the thing, it just says invalid location. But it does work, it takes you here, it just doesn't say it does. And apparently I was wrong. The Hunter Guild is automatically built. I couldn't read this map properly. This map is weird. I don't like this. Anyways, one more quest to go, Perilous Moons. This unlocks the Moons of Peril dungeon encounter thing, which I believe is sort of similar to like a Barrows type thing, where you go around, you do a bunch of stuff, and then you loot a chest, and the chest gives you loot based on what you did. I don't really know anything about it yet. I just gotta do the quest first. By the way, there's a bunch of cool stuff in this city here. This is Cam Torum, or as I'm going to call it, Camdozel 2. And there's a bunch of cool stuff like this place right here. There's a blacksmith that sells Addy square shields, which doesn't sound like a huge thing, but for Ironmen, that can be really nice. There's a clue step where you need an Addy square shield, and getting them normally is really annoying. Only certain enemies drop it, and they can be annoying to kill and farm for one, and it has a way too high smithing level requirement for an Addy item. So getting that early on an Iron Man now becomes a lot easier, which is kind of cool. We've made it to the fun part of the quest where I get to kill the 3 bosses. I believe these are the same as the things that you will repeatedly kill for the activity, although I'm not really sure how it works. Apparently they all have sort of a couple mechanics you have to deal with. They're all weak to different things, but I think I'm just going to go in there and see it. I don't really want to look stuff up. I just want to go, so let's go do it. Okay, well, that was interesting. Cool mechanics, sure. I wasn't expecting to be in the same room as everyone else, but like sort of fighting my own version of the boss. That was kind of weird. But yeah, it didn't seem too hard. I also forgot to use the effective weapon for the boss, but it didn't seem to matter. It seemed like they had pretty low defense, so I might just stick with the salad blade for all of these. But yeah, I guess it was cool. Sure. Okay, Blood Moon time. I've heard people say this one's kind of annoying because it heals a lot. So let's go find out. Yeah, it wasn't too hard. I mean, it was a bit annoying, but once I sort of figured it out, it was pretty easy. Okay, last one. Here we go. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Yeah, that was interesting. I don't understand why, and I don't like the fact that those bosses are sort of like half-instanced. Like you're fighting your own version of the boss with its own health, but the mechanics are happening to everyone in the room at the same time. It's just sort of weird. I don't know, it's like one of those times in that last fight, I don't think I had it recorded because I kind of wasn't prepared for it, but as soon as I entered, it was already doing one of its special mechanics, which just feels weird to join in the middle of a boss, even though it's the beginning of the boss for you. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's just sort of weird, but anyway, we're done. There is all of the quest complete. Feels good. So yeah, that was all the things that I really needed to get done here. I did all the quests, so I have my quest point cape back, and I can trim my achievement diary cape. I got all the music tracks, so my music cape works again. And now I have a better understanding of sort of what's going on here. So I'm going to go and do some of the activities. Now, a lot of the stuff here will be put on the spreadsheet at some point. And I kind of need to get a feel of how hard stuff is and how long it's going to take. So I'm just going to go and do some stuff, and then I will put all the extra stuff on the spreadsheet after. But for now, I think I'm going to go to the Hunters Guild and go and do some things there. What I really want to do is do more of this Moon's Apparel stuff, but in order to have a good way back here, I would like to build the landing site. Let me go and find it. The landing site for the Quetzal transportation system, and in order to do that, you need Quetzal feed, and in order to get that, you need to do rumors at the Hunters Guild. I think. I don't know. There's a lot going on here. But yeah, I think I'm going to start with some stuff in the Hunters Guild. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just going to go and mess around and see what's up over there. So the Hunter Rumor system is essentially like the Farming Guild contracts. You talk to them and they tell you something to go and hunt, and then when you do it, you get extra rewards and stuff. And the highest tier Hunter Rumor is at 91 Hunter. Unfortunately, I'm only level 89, 43k away from 90, so I should be able to get to 91 pretty quickly, but unfortunately, I cannot do it yet. And I saw these Trapper's Triples on the tables around here, which is a beer that boosts your hunter level by 2, and I was really hoping that that would let me get a 91 level hunter rumor, but unfortunately you cannot boost for that, so I will have to go to the expert, wherever that is. So as you can see here, when you talk to them, he says rumors of a rare gray Chinchampa coming in, which essentially means that I just have to go and hunt gray Chinchampas, so I will do that. These hunter rumors, like I said, are sort of like Farming Guild contracts, with the distinction that for the Farming Guild contracts, usually you just have to plant one of the thing and then you get the reward. For these hunter rumors, you just have to keep catching them until you get the rare thing. I don't really know if it's like an invisible number that they just don't tell you that you have to catch, and there is the one that I was looking for, the Chinchampa Tuft. Yeah, I don't really know if it's just a random number that it assigns and doesn't tell you, or if it actually is just a random chance. But yeah, you just hunt until you get it, and I got one. There's my first one. Okay, well, I didn't get that recorded, but you take your rare item back to the guy that assigned you the thing, and he will give you a reward. I believe I got 5,000 experience and this Hunter's Loot Sack Tier 2. I don't know why it's a Tier 2. This contract is an expert contract, or at least it should be, because I got it from the expert guy, which should make it a Tier 3. But I don't know. I don't really understand that. But then, yes, I would like to take on another rumor. Catch strange red salamander. Sounds good. And then these Hunter's Loot Sacks are the thing that can have the stuff in it. I believe they have a random chance for the outfit and the pet and whatever else you can get from it. So apparently you can get a lot of stuff from it. Okay, blessed bone shards, sun-kissed bones, raw meat, some herbs, some logs. I have no idea what all this is, but I guess I'm just going to hold on to it. Okay, so I did some looking into it, and the reason I got a Tier 2 Hunter's Loot Sack is because it's actually a Tier 3 one. For some reason, they decided to name the lowest tier one a Hunter's Loot Sack Basic. So then it goes Basic 1, 2, 3. I hate that. Why did you do that, Jagex? But okay. And I've also sort of looked into the loot that you can get from them. A lot of weird stuff, some new stuff, some old stuff, and these blessed bone shards are for like a prayer XP thing, and I don't know. There's a lot of stuff there. Most importantly, this is where you get the cool stuff, the collection logs, the whistle, everything cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this like a lot, I think, for now. I might actually do this until like 91 Hunter, until I can do the best tier. And yeah, I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. Okay, I've been hunting these kebits for 70 minutes straight. This is my third contract, and yeah, I haven't got it. I think something's broken here. I think you can skip, kind of like farming contracts. You can go to a lower one. I'm gonna go try that, because that's just not worth my time, man. By the way, if you're also doing these hunter rumors, or maybe just want to train hunter, this orange salamander spot south of Sophonim is so freaking good. You have 5 traps that are all in a tiny little circle, which is super convenient. You're not in the desert because you're close enough to the town so you don't get hit with the desert heat, and it's right by a fairy ring, so it's super easy to get to. This little spot right here, super good. But yeah, as you saw there, that was a 90 hunter. One more level to go and we can do the top tier contracts. Very nice. So I've been doing a little bit of research into this new hunter update, and they've changed the way that the food works from the hunter enemies that you catch. So that the hunter food, it sort of acts as a heal and then also a heal over time. So like, for example, this dashing kebit, once you learn how to cook it, it heals 13 when you eat it, but then it also heals 11 hit points over time, which means that it actually heals for 24 hit points, which is better than like any food in the game, I think. So this might actually be a really good way to get good food in the long run. And I've also made this small meat pouch. You can upgrade it to a large one as well, although I haven't got the thing for it yet. And it stores the hunter food while I'm doing it. So yeah, there's just a few cool things. I never really thought about it, but for example, there is a moonlight antelope that if you cook its meat, it gives you 14 hit points when you eat it, 12 over time for a total of 26, and cures 1 poison, so it's also sort of an anti-poison. So there's actually some really cool updates from this. I'm really happy with what they've done, to be honest. Now, unfortunately, in order to learn how to cook the better food, you need to have done a certain number of hunter rumors. So in order to do the mid-level, it's 25, and the higher level is 50. So that is yet another reason that I want to do a bunch of these hunter rumors right now, just to have access to better food. Okay, so first useful thing from the hunter rumors, once you've completed 10 of them, you can go to the top of the main area of the Hunters Guild, and you can get these basic Quetzal Whistle blueprints from this guy for free, and then you can craft it with a willow log, and this thing will let you check what your current rumor is, which is nice, because there's no real way yet, there's no RuneLite plugins yet. I'm sure it'll happen, but for now, this is nice, just in case you forget, and then you can also charge it and access the Quetzal transportation system from anywhere, I think, or anywhere in Varlamore. I don't know. I don't really know how it works, and I also don't know how to charge this, so I need to go figure that out. One sec. Okay, so in order to charge the whistle, you just have to go to the top here and click the recharge whistle option, and you use the raw hunter meat I think the different meat gives different amount of charges. The basic whistle can only hold 5 charges, but now I believe I can just use this and teleport back to the Hunter's Guild at least 5 times, and then I have to go and recharge it, but that should speed up my Hunter's Guild contracts. Okay, this whistle has made things 1,000 times easier. First of all, has a cool animation. Second of all, just instantly takes you right here. This is amazing. Yo, I got an item. I wasn't recording, but I got the Huntsman's Kit. I don't know what it does, but cool, collection log. Oh, okay, so it's just like a tackle box, but for hunter equipment instead of fishing. So you can store like traps and teasing stick and all that kind of good stuff. That's cool. I managed to get enough of this feed. I can build a landing site, so I'm going to build the one over by the Perilous Moons thing. And I think you just click it and it does a thing. You need 10 feed, 4 clay, and 3 limestone bricks. And there we go. Now I can go over here. Cool. I am going to continue doing some hunter, though. I think I'm going to try and get to 91, and then we'll probably call it there. Hopefully that'll put me over 25 contracts. I don't think it'll take me 50, but who knows. And then I think I'm going to go over and do some of those Perilous Moons, just because that sounds more fun. This is cool, but I don't really need hunter experience. I'm just sort of going for those collection log slots, which I don't know how rare they are, being the outfit pieces, and I guess the pet would be cool. But yeah, I'm just going to keep doing this for a bit. Are you kidding me? A second kit? I wonder what the drop rate is on this. I don't know, man. Okay, this is going to be my 25th contract, which means that I should be able to get taught how to cook the things. I don't really know where to go for that, so I'm going to go find that. But yeah, I think this is actually where I'm going to call it on the hunter contracts for now. I've just been doing this like all day. I want to go kill some moons, man. Okay, so apparently you can just cook it. You don't need to go and like talk to anyone or get taught. I guess just doing the rumors was enough to teach yourself how to cook the meat. But I just wanted to show off sort of what it does. So if you injure yourself and then you eat it, it doesn't say anything on RuneLite yet, but if you eat it, you can see it heals you a little bit at first, and then slowly over time, it heals you again, and I think it heals you one more time. Maybe not, maybe that was it. But anyway, it's just sort of cool. More healing per food slot once I get to 50 contracts, and I can do the better food. For now, kind of useless, but that's okay. I unlocked the landing zone, which is all I cared about to get over there. So I'm going to go and do some of these Moons Apparel. I don't really know like what the meta is right now, so I'm going to go figure stuff out, and then I'll be right back. So something cool about this whole Moons Apparel activity, you don't really have to use your own supplies. Now, I did bring some because I didn't know if I'd be able to do this right away, but turns out I can. You can just go around the little areas in the caves and make your own supplies. So for example, you can search these bushes and grind down the grubs and put them into a thing of water, and it makes a Moonlight Potion, which I believe is a super combat and a prayer potion combined. So like that's pretty cool to not have to use those, and then like you can catch the fish and cook them over there, and then you have food. So you don't really have to use any of your own supplies. So next time I won't even bring any of this. But yeah, that's kind of cool, and you don't really have to leave. You can just sort of go around in circles and make your own supplies, do the things, kill the boss, etc. And I realized that I never actually looted the chest. I didn't think there was a chest. I thought it was like a quest version, but as you can see, I have all 3 of these guys killed. So I'm going to go do that real quick. No way. I don't know. I don't know if this is a guaranteed thing. I've seen a lot of people with this, but if this is completely RNG on my first chest, that is very funny. Okay, well, it's definitely just a random item, and I got lucky on getting it on my first chest, so that is very funny. So, although this thing is called a spear, I think it's more like a staff, like a two-handed staff. As you can see, it has auto-cast options. It's got this set effect trigger automatically. I don't have the set, so it doesn't do anything for me. There's a lot going on here. I don't think this thing is particularly useful for me. It's kind of a bad melee weapon and a weird staff that I already have better staffs. I guess, I don't know, maybe it has a use, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. For now, I'm just not going to worry about it. And I'm just going to go and kill the bosses like I planned to. So, yeah, let's do it. Neato, another collection log. So these are the ammo for the Eclipse Atlatl. I don't know how to pronounce that, which is the new ranged weapon for the Eclipse armor set, and this is just the ammo for it, so not really useful for me right now, but still cool collection log. They really have just made this activity super optimal to farm. You don't even have to bank the loot, you can just auto-bank it from the chest. You have infinite supplies, you don't have to use any of your own. You just run in a circle. It sort of like naturally takes you in a certain loop and you just run circles doing all the bosses over and over again. It's actually really fun. Here I am wondering to myself whether or not the new Moons of Peril would drop elite clues, kind of like Barrows does, and then I remembered that I got an elite clue geode while mining stars last night, and I forgot to do the clue, so I don't know if it would have given me any elite clues because I wasn't looking. So I'm gonna go do this, and then we'll go back there. Why, hello, Future Spoon here. I actually recorded most of these clips about a week ago, and most of the commentary that I gave during these clips is pretty bad. A lot has changed with my own method as well as the bosses themselves, so I figured I would do a little bit of post-commentary while editing this and explain a little bit of what was going on. So as you can see, I started off doing pretty much the normal method, I would say. I was wearing all my regular armor, just doing the normal things, and about halfway through, I decided to switch to full Darox, and that was like the best decision that I made here. Darox is amazing for a couple of reasons, which I will get into. First of all, the moons don't hit that hard. Their highest hits are about 18, 19 damage, so you can camp really low HP with Redemption, and then rely mostly on prayer instead of food, which is nice because the potions are really easy to make. And real quick, as you can see here, got my first item, the Dual Maquitals. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. But yeah, Darox, very good. It has a slash and a crush option for the blood and the frost moon, as well as you can see, I put some clips in here. For some reason, Darox can just overkill the eclipse moon during the parry phase. As long as you hit hard enough on the last hit, it'll just end the phase early, which really helps speed up the kills, because you don't have to sit there through the entire special. So Darox is good for the Eclipse Moon for that reason, and the Blood and the Blue Moon because it has the right attack options. So it's just amazing everywhere. Another item here, Blue Moon Helmet, very cool. But yeah, the Darox set change was definitely one of the best decisions I made. It made the kills a lot faster, as well as just more fun. Hitting big numbers is always fun, and being able to skip phases is always fun. So Darox helps you do both of those. Would highly recommend trying it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this little loot montage here, because I did a lot of chests. I think I did like, well, actually I think I did exactly 69, which you'll see in a sec. And yeah, I guess we'll just get back to the video. I do a lot more of these in the next video as well, so there's more Moons content to come. But yeah. So yeah, there you go, 69 lunar chests open. I managed to get 3 new pieces. I believe from what people are saying online right now, they're guessing that the drop rate's about 1 in 20. Which would make complete sense based on the fact that I got 3 of them. 2 of the Blue Moon Spear pieces, which originally I didn't really know what they did, but after seeing some videos of what it can do, it's actually kind of a cool set, so I really hope that I do finish it. And I do plan on coming back here probably pretty soon, maybe in the next video, but I have to upload a video, so I'm going to end it here. And there is one more thing I want to do on Varlamore. And sadly, no, the last thing that I want to do is not the Colosseum, although that would be funny. I've heard that it's like 500k per death to get your stuff back, and yeah, I just don't really feel like dying on wave like 3 over and over again and having to pay 500k, so we're not going to do that. Instead, I would like to try out the new prayer method. I have a bunch of these Sunkissed Bones, Blessed Bone Shards, Wormling Bones. I want to use all these and see what sort of XP rates you can get with that. But first, I need to learn how to do it, so I'll be right back. So, first thing I'm going to do is break down all of these Sunkissed Bones that I got from doing the Lunar Chests into more Blessed Bone Shards, which I also got from doing all of those Lunar Chests. And then I'm also probably going to go and make my Wormling Bones into the same thing and break them down too, just because I don't really have a use for them otherwise, and I don't know, I figure I might as well use all of the stuff that I got from doing the chests and use it all for prayer. So yeah, I'm gonna do all that right now. And if you're curious, this is what you do to turn the bones into the Sunkiss bones. You take them to the altar, which is up here on top of the Camtorum entrance, and you press the bless button on the thing, and yeah, they become blessed, and then you just use a chisel on them like the other ones. And you can unnote your bones over here. I think it's this guy will unnote bones. Yeah, same as, you know, same as any unnote guy. So you can bring all your noted bones and just run back and forth, and yeah, just break down all the bones. So I will do that real quick. Okay, so as you saw there, I had to do this all on mobile because for some reason when I'm on RuneLite, if I use a noted bone on this guy, it just doesn't work. And you can't do it through the dialogue options, so I just couldn't unnote my bones here. So I was doing all that on mobile. I got all my shards, 35,000, and now I need to go and get some wines. Also, real quick, I did actually fix this problem. There was a plugin that was doing a weird interaction called Easy Unnote. I don't know why. It's kind of ironic because that is the exact opposite of what it was doing. But if you are also having this problem, check if you have that plugin and disable it. I don't even know why I have the plugin. I don't know what it does other than make my life miserable for this one thing. But I have since fixed the problem and I talk about it in the next video actually. So yeah, there you go. I got a full inventory of wines here, and you do the same thing. You just have to bless at this altar, and they become jugs of blessed wine, which you cannot note, you can't bank, you can't really do anything with them. So all you want to do is just get a full inventory of wines with your bone shards, and then you come over here. And in the corner over here is the libation bowl, which you then fill with a jug of blessed wine, and then you can sacrifice a bunch of your bone shards. And that's how you get prayer XP. This is it. Now I just spam click. Now, while you're doing it, it does drain your prayer. I think it's 2 prayer points per sacrifice. But fortunately, there is an altar just right over here. So every once in a while, you just have to go and pray at the altar and then go back and do it again. And I didn't know if this was actually going to work, but I do have my Zealot boots on, and according to the chat box, it does in fact save some bone shards. That's pretty cool. I just realized that this is one of the first prayer training methods that actually scales with your prayer level. Because the lower your prayer level is, the more you have to run back and forth to the altar. You'll get more XP per hour the higher prayer level you are. So that's kind of cool. Prayer's always been one of those skills that, like, at level 1 you could train it just as efficiently as level 99, which I think is funny, and I forgot to bless my wines. Be right back. By the way, if you're like me and you're running out of prayer points with just a couple of wines left in your inventory, just teleport back and get more. It's not worth it to go recharge your prayer just to do like 2, 3, 4 more wines, and then you have to go and bank and get more anyway where you can recharge your prayer. Just go, it's way faster. But yeah, overall, I'm really enjoying this prayer method. Good alternative to having to go into the wilderness and risk losing your bones and dying, and bit, you know, annoying. You have to pay attention the whole time. This is pretty chill. I'm definitely going to come back here once I can actually, you know, use the guy to unnote the bones like you're supposed to be able to. But yeah, that was pretty good. So as you can see, I got 178,000 prayer experience from doing that. It was probably hovering around a mil, maybe just over per hour, although that doesn't include the time to make and chisel down the bones, so it's not really accurate. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I will be back here for sure, especially once I get more Zealot pieces, because, you know, it can kind of be risky taking them into the wilderness. You never know. This is like a really safe way to use the Zealot robes efficiently. So yeah, this is good. Good job, Jagex. But yeah, I think that's going to have to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was a little bit of a different video because of the whole, you know, giant content update release in the middle of it, but yeah, a lot of this stuff is going to end up being on the lower tiers of the spreadsheet, so I'm going to have to get it eventually, so figure might as well do it now. And in fact, I think that's what we're going to do in the next video. I'm having a lot of fun with the Moon's Apparel stuff and the Hunters Guild stuff, so I think I'm going to end up doing even more of that in the next video. But for now, that's going to have to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, there's a little button. It's right below the video. There's like a little hand with a thumb in the up position. You should click on it. Thanks. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video. And a big thank you to all of my channel members, but a special thank you to my Tier 3 Big Spoon channel members, Alchemist BTW, Jack Staumer, Zach Martin, Luxitaire, Tony Adkins, and Dolph. Thank you guys, and thank you everyone on screen here for the support.